All right, now this one here, I'm gonna get all the automotive junkies, overland automotive junkies, commenting and commenting. But I'm gonna put this out there to you. First of all, uh, I happen to be very close with a certain human being that he rigs vehicles for overland use in like Baja races, and sometimes he does some custom jobs. For getting people's vehicles like, end of the world ready, off road capable type stuff. And for a long time, he was doing the, typical, the Tacomas, and that's pretty much been what he's been doing. But he's found himself a new hobby, a Subaru Outback, believe it or not, and now the Toyota RAV4s. And his reasoning behind it is he was telling me that since he deals with teams that are putting together like Baja rally races, like the ones that go out there and like do like 75 miles an hour through the Mojave, whatever. So he has that perspective. Then he has the other ones where people want to do, overland rigs like for long distance. Having an external fuel tank and all kinds of stuff. And he said that one of the problems that people have, and he actually wants me to go towards either the Toyota RAV4 TRD with some customization or the Subaru Outback Wilderness Edition with some customization. And this is what he turned around and he told me. This is real simple. He says you have to figure out when you're moving to your secondary location, are you going to be overlanding or driving on camp trails, forest roads, basically pre-existing dirt roads? He says because one of the problems that he has is that when clients come to him and they ask him what they want, they have like this picture. They're gonna be going over rocks and steep cliffs and all kinds of stuff. And he's like, yeah, you're not gonna be doing that kind of stuff if you got your family inside and a lot of weight in the vehicle trying to get out of Dodge. It's just not gonna happen. And then he starts talking to them about like, where is it that you're planning on going and kind of stuff like that. And mostly what it is, they got a cabin that's 2 miles off the road or something like that. It's never anything like severe, but he breaks it down into two different things. There are people that say, no, I'm going to drive out to like BLM land and camp out there until things get calm. That's the other side. So he says, listen, for the guys that are going to do that BLM run and go out there on some, roads that they create themselves, he says, yeah, the Frontiers, the Tacomas, adding on a lift, bigger tires, putting in the extra row of LED lights, that kind of stuff, making sure you have the proper clearance front and back. He says that's the way to go, add some more fuel in the back. He says, but if you're going to, let's say you have a cabin or a shipping container connex, you convert it over on a piece of land, and you're going to be using existing roads, dirt roads, whatever, then your Toyota RAV4 or your Subaru Outback, the Wilderness, with a lift, bigger tires and stuff like that, will be more than fine with better MPG. Listen to what I'm telling you. Better miles per gallon will get you what you need. So this way, you're always in your end of the world vehicle. He says one of the problems that people have, and he's told me many times before, they have this truck, they got this Tacoma, this 4Runner, that's built to drive on the moon. But the thing is, they keep it in the garage and they got a daily driver. So when something goes wrong and they need to get out of an intersection and jump a curb and basically drive in between, guess what? They're in a freaking Corolla and their monster truck is inside the garage because why? It gets 17 miles per gallon after everything's done to it, winches and all kinds of stuff. So here's the thing. What is the main thing you're going to be using your vehicle for? Getting from point A to point B. That requires fuel. Now, any vehicle could do that. You just need more fuel. But you got to decide to yourself, are you going off like super off-road where you're creating your own trails? Or are you going to be taking certain back roads and trails, things that are already established? I'm sure you've already driven it before. So you got to decide to yourself, what kind of vehicle do you need for your doomsday scenario? Because at the end of the day, a Toyota RAV4 TRD with a lift, big tires, a rack in the back for your tire, extra fuel tanks, It's just you, your wife, maybe your kid or kids. I mean, what exactly are you doing? You already pre-staged the location. You have things there. Now, if you don't have any of that and you're just looking to go remote, get away from everybody and camp, yeah, then you're talking about the big trucks. But chime in on this, because at the end of the day, he has his reasoning and it makes sense. If you're not gonna be going over rocks and shit like that, what's the sense?